Welcome once again, family. So in this video I'm going to solve this question. So we have this diagram, and so they said in the diagram the length of line MN is equal to 5 meters. So this line is 5 meters. The length of XY is 15 meters. That's XY is 15 meters. This length 15 meters, and NY is 80 meters. NY is 80 meters. Now from here to here is 80 meters. And if I calculate correct to one decimal place the length of NX, I should calculate the length of this line. Roman number 2, angle of depression of M from X. Angle of depression of M from X, the angle of depression, meaning this angle. You want to calculate the angle, this angle. So now to do that, so first of all we are looking for the length of MX. To do that, what we do is we extend an imaginary line from point M. That is, extend a perpendicular imaginary line from M to the line XY at, let's say, Q. At Q. So if this is perpendicular to the line XY, a line from point M, a perpendicular line from M to line XY, let's say at Q. So that means that line there will be parallel to line NY. It will parallel to this line. And at the same time, it will be equal to that line. So this line will also be 18 meters. Now don't forget that the line MN is 5 meters. The line from X to Y is 15 meters. Now, if you extend this same line to meet line XY, the distance from MN will be the same distance that you have from QY. And so, if this is 5 meters, this from QY will also be 5 meters. However, from X to Y is 15 meters. So, if this from here to here is 5 meters, then the remaining length, that is XQ or QX, will be 10 meters. So, the remaining length here will be 10 meters. That is the length from QX will be 10 meters. Now, having done that, then you see that the triangle MXQ, this triangle becomes a right angle triangle. Now, for a right angle triangle, right, if you have a right angle triangle this one with lengths A, B, and C, by Pythagoras, that's the square of the longer length, that is what they call the hypotenuse, is equal to the square of the sum of the other two sides. That is, A square will be equal to B square plus C square. And so this concept is what we are going to use to find the length from M to X. Because the triangle MXQ, this triangle is a right angle triangle. And so 9A, we have Roman number 1. We are looking for length of line MX. So we are saying that line MX, the length of line MX, so we see line MX square should be equal to, that the length of MX square should be equal to MQ square plus XQ square. So it should be MQ square plus the length of line XQ square. And here, the length of XQ square. But we know that from the diagram, MQ, the length of MQ is 18, so that's going to be 18 square plus, and XQ, that is from here to here is 10 square. 10 square. So we still have MX square here. So we have 18 square. 18 square, that would be 324. So 18 square, so we have the length of line MX square will be equal to 324 plus 10 square. That will give us 100. as 424. So length of mx squared will be at 424 if you add the two. Now we want line mx, the length of line m, not square. So we introduce square root. So square root of the length of line mx squared will be equal to square root of 424. So here the square root will create the square, giving your length of line mx will be equal to square root of 424. That gives us 20.591. 20.591. But we are asked to calculate the correct one decimal place. Also to one decimal place, after the decimal marker we have 5, but after 5 we have 9. So you round the 9 up to 1 and add it to the 5. So this, therefore, your length of line mx will be equal to 20.6 meters. And so your length of line mx is 20.6 meters. That is this length, 20.6 meters. Now we then come and find the angle of depression of m from x. They want this angle of depression of m from x. So they are looking for this angle here. So let's see, this is A. The angle there is A. Now if the angle is A, we are going to apply the concept of trigonometry, that are trigonometry ratios. So for the trigonometry ratios, they are saying that the sine of the angle of a right angle triangle, that is, the ratios is being acronym casual this way, that's so contour, where the initial letters stand for sine, cos, and tan. Sine, cos, and tan. And that if I have a right angle triangle, let's say this way, a right angle triangle this way, and I'm looking for this angle. For the right angle triangle, the longer side is called the hypotenuse. Then the length opposite to the angle is the opposite, as the name implies. And the length that forms the angle is the adjacent. Or that forms the angle with the hypotenuse is the adjacent. And that if you want the angle here for sine, that the sine of that angle should be equal to the ratio of the opposite by hypotenuse. And that's what we call the slope. Then for the cos, that if I want this angle, the cos of that angle should be equal to the ratio of the adjacent by the hypotenuse, and that counts with the 10 car. And the tour is that if you want the tan of the angle x should be equal to the ratio of the opposite by the. So applying the concept of the trigonometry ratio for the triangle, the right angle triangle mxq. If you take out that triangle, mxq, here is 20.6 meters, here is 10 meters, and this is 18 meters. If you take out that triangle, that's from the diagram, take out triangle mxq, that's the right angle triangle here. This is what you are going to have. And we are looking for the angle here, that is angle of depression of m from x. Angle of depression of m from x, meaning referring to this angle. Now, if you choose this, the appropriate ratio, trigonometry ratio, either side, so then it will be the sine of the angle A should be equal to the ratio of the opposite, that is the length of the opposite of that angle by the hypotenuse of this triangle. If you choose car, it will be the cos of the angle A being equal to the ratio of adjacent by the hypotenuse in that order. So let's choose so putting so, it will mean sine of the angle A being equal to the ratio of opposite. The opposite line to this angle is this. The angle is opposite to this line mx. So it will be line mx, the length of line, mq rather, it will be the length of line mq divided by the length of the hypotenuse, line mx. And so this is the sine of the angle A being equal to the length of line MQ. This line is 18 meters, so it will be 18 divided by the length of line MX, which is 20.6. So 20.6. Now, if you divide 18 by 20.6, that gives you 0. So you have sine of the angle A should be equal to 0.87379. This is what you are going to have. Then you find your angle A by taking the sine inverse of both sides. So we're going to have A being equal to the sine inverse of 0.87379. So your A will be equal to sine inverse of this. So you have sine inverse of the answer. That gives you 60.901. But they say we should calculate the correct one decimal place. So to one decimal place, the angle of depression of M from X will be equal to 60.9 degrees. So if you enjoy the lesson, subscribe, share to enjoy more on this page. Thank you for watching.